What's up and welcome back to Rumor Has It Official. Let's get straight into talking about 90 Day Fiance. This is part 2 of season 8, episode 2, and the title of this episode is Shame on You. Before we go ahead and get started with this recap, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up for me and let's get straight into it. So again, this is part 2 of season 8, episode 2. We're gonna start off with Tarik. So Tarik in this episode goes to meet with his friend Kia and tells her how nervous he is for Hazel's arrival. Tarik expresses that he questioned Hazel's character at one point. After 3 weeks, he breaks up with Hazel and meets another girl named Minty. Now, the reason for this breakup was because he felt like when Hazel said she had a miscarriage, he felt like she aborted the baby on purpose. So because he was mad, they broke up. It caused a strain on the relationship. They broke up and he starts entertaining this other woman, I think in the Philippines, and her name was Minty. So after 3 weeks, again, he breaks up with Hazel and meets with Minty. Once he confesses to Hazel, Hazel then wants to meet Minty and possibly add her to her and Tarik's relationship. So they meet up and Hazel starts to get jealous because she sees that Minty is more into Tarik than her. So then she wants Tarik to kick Minty to the curb. This is a hot mess. And Tarik, I feel, shouldn't add his daughter into the mix of all of this. If Hazel wants to be with girls, then she needs to go and do that. But you can't have your cake and eat it too, okay? She needs to decide if she wants a relationship with Tarik or to be with women. She needs to decide that. Like, this is just too much. And then I feel like in no parts of this are they really considering the kids, or is she thinking about her son? Like, that should be far from her focus, having all these multiple people that she can juggle. She needs to be thinking about, okay, I'm going to be leaving my child to come to America. How can I get my child to come over with me? Because sometimes I just really don't feel like any of these people really consider or really think about their kids. They always say, oh, my child is the most important thing and they're all that matters to me. And if they're not okay, but I don't see at any point where they really are considering their children. They say that so that they don't look bad, like a bad parent, but they're not considering their kids. Now, on top of all of that, Tarik reveals that he reached out to Minty despite Hazel's wishes for him not to. So I feel like at this point, Tarik and Hazel, they deserve each other because they both seem to like to have their cake and eat it too. We had someone come out and kind of reveal some things about Tarik the last season, that he was on some girl he was talking to, and she talked about all the things that Tarik was into, all the weird things he was into. So I feel like, yeah, these two, because I don't see, after all the money that he's invested into Hazel, she hasn't even got to America. They haven't even figured out their own relationship. I don't see why he would be so okay with allowing them to add on another person into that equation. So I feel like, you know, he likes this. He likes it. That's what he wants to. He want to be able to have 2 women too. So comment down below your thoughts and let's move on to Jovi and Yara. So Yara is demanding that Jovi come to her in this scene, and Jovi seems like he's already over her and annoyed. You can tell. He says that she's been complaining since she landed. And Yara is trying to get settled and organized, but I do understand her trying to get settled. That part I do understand. Him want to go out to Bourbon Street and hang out with friends, and she's still trying to get adjusted to America. I feel like he should give her time on that and allow her also to get settled into their home. Now, Jovi is excited to get her out of the apartment and finally convinces her to get out the house. Now, once they get to Bourbon Street, Yara says that Ukraine looks a lot better than America, and she's not impressed. Jovi in this episode tells Yara that his family wants to meet her and that his plans are for them to spend one night and then go home the next morning. Yara is set on the word no, N-O. She's like, I won't stay there overnight because that won't be comfortable for me. Jovi pushes her to change her mind, but Yara is set. I don't see how this couple really made it this far. I don't think she's doing anything any different than what she's done why they've been long distance. So I don't see how he went through with this visa process and is with this young lady, because I don't really foresee it working out. Comment down below your thoughts, and let's move on to Mike and Natalie. So Mike wants to do something nice for Natalie, so he got a nice hotel for the night in Seattle, Washington. Now, you know, he lives in Sequim, Washington, which is a very small town. Now, the whole time I'm thinking that she better take all of this in, because the next day, honey, you gonna be in Sequim on the farm, honey, milking the cows. So you better get used to this hotel, because that's not what you're going to. That's not what your whole setup, your whole life setup is gonna be like. Now, I'm super anxious to see how she will adjust to farm life. This is going to be very interesting. Comment down below your thoughts. Like, you feel like she already complaining now about some flowers and the color of some flowers he presented her. So it's really going to be too much once she get on this farm. Again, comment down below your thoughts, and let's move on to Rebecca. So Rebecca gets a FaceTime call from Zied. Now remember, he had his interview. I just about hollered, okay? Because she slept in makeup just for this call. She had a full face of makeup, smoky eye, pink lipstick, talking about, as soon as she got the call, she said, oh, that's Zied. Hopped out of the bed. She said, let me turn the light on. Turns the light on, got a full smoky eye with some lips, never washed her makeup off. It is like 2 something in the morning. Probably later than that, but by the time he got to calling her after his interview, it was like probably like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and you got a full beat on. I was no more good. I said, she's a mess. Rebecca is a hot mess, okay? Now the conclusion with all of this is that he really has no answers to give her. Most likely he got very defensive. These folks done took his passport. They done took his passport. So I don't know if Zied is going to be able to bring his hind parts over here. He might at some point. It might not be what we think it is. Me, I feel like they probably want to like inspect things a little bit further with these two. He probably won't get it right away. I'm really interested. I can't wait for him to get his tail over to America, because I want to see how this relationship is going to play out. But I think it's a hot mess, and it's a shame the fact that this man is close in age to her youngest son, and she's buying him video games and leaving her PI job to work at a restaurant so that she could be a manager to make money to provide. And it's like, she should have learned from the very first time of this happening to her. But some people just got to keep bumping their head till they learn their lesson. So comment down below your thoughts on that. But let's move on to Brandon. So Brandon is in hot water with Julia because he didn't tell her about having to sleep in different rooms at his parents' house. She is also vocal about not liking the fact that his mother addressed her about being on birth control. Brandon feels that he owes his mother just based off the fact that his parents are allowing him to stay with them, and because she paid for Julia's ticket, and most likely she probably paid for that hotel that they stand in and for the dinner that they had. So they footing the bill. So they feel like because we footing the bill, we have a right to be involved. Because we're allowing you to stay with us and you probably ain't paying no rent, we're allowed to be involved in your business. So he has not set any clear boundaries with his parents. They're going to keep running him like now Brandon is his child, and now they have another child that they adopted, which is Julia. This is a hot mess. So I'm really curious to hear your thoughts in that comment section down below. Give this video a big thumbs up for me. This is part 2 of 90 Day Fiance Season 8. Episode 2, and the title of this episode is Shame on You. Comment below your thoughts. Share this video with a friend who also loves watching 90 Day Fiance. Subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified on the next time I make an upload. And if you're not receiving your notifications, know that I do upload weekly, so just keep coming and checking in with me to see if I have any new content on this channel. I appreciate all of your support, continuous support for those who are always in that comment section. As always, I look forward to talking to you guys in the next video. Peace.